You know, I often try my best to let you do all the motivation. Now, this is more of a techie version of a conversation this morning. And today we have Kundayo Ayeni, graduate of Federal University of Technology, Minna, and an alumnus of the Harvard University program where he studied digital marketing. He is well-grounded and experienced in the creation of wealth across many sectors, and he's joined us on Motivation to talk about the difference between digital and TV or television marketing. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Titi.
All right, so digital marketing and TV. For those that don't understand exactly what digital marketing entails, they're probably used to just maybe the door-to-door marketing style, or when you go into a particular customer care service center, or you have a marketer come to your office. Let's explain what digital marketing actually represents.
Okay, so in simple terms, it's taking the digital side and adding it to marketing, which is more measurable at this time, more engaging. You have more luxury of content, more luxury of all forms of platforms you can place them in. And then the mobility of such content is now very high. So that's primarily what drives digital marketing. And then the kind of audience are very specific this time around, not like the other channel, which is like the TV, where you're sometimes not sure of the kind of audience that are watching you at the time. You're looking for peak time. You're looking for how to optimize. While in digital, it's more about understanding the persona, understanding the lifestyle, the behavior, their touch points, their flair, their psychographics, all those things, understanding their needs. So, for example, I have an item, I come on TV, I want to sell maybe a mug. I come on TV, I talk. I don't know who specifically is watching me at that particular time. But
with terrestrial, with TV.
Exactly. Yes. While if it's a mug, I know that there are peak times to make sales. For example, we drove something for palm slippers and easy-to-wear shoes for a particular client at a time. We noticed that purchases were not done in the morning, and then purchases were done more in the midday. So we're able to predict such sales because of the digital drive models that we run. And then we also now probe further to see why. So at those points, people are getting tired of wearing shoes, they are heavy shoes. So they went for the palm slippers. We did something for a pharmaceutical company, and we noticed that that was pain relief drugs. People were not buying during the day. And one night I was just up tweaking the campaign, and we noticed that at midnight from past 12, the purchase was high till 4 a.m.
Wow.
And then we started sending questionnaires to purchase, people bought and asked,
why is this sales high at that time?
That's the time when they feel the pain in itself. So back pain and all of those kind of pains really will not affect them during the day because they have so much engagement around them. So they'll be distracted from the pain. But when they're on the bed or they're sitting up at night, that's when they really want to make that decision to make sure this thing go away. So, but if you're using the TV, you cannot predict such models. You cannot say the time.
So I guess for marketing to be measurable is what we're driving at now.
Exactly.
To be able to measure who and who are watching or listening to the content.
Exactly. So you optimize for revenue, for growth, for engagement, for...
So this basically means that the average boutique owner, if she wants to market a product, she finds more value in digital marketing than TV marketing. Is that what you're saying?
The advantage for them at that point is that if I come to a TV, there is a sunk cost that the TV already has, which will make my cost of marketing go above the line. But with $20, I can go online, start something with my small boutique, and I drive to optimize for profits. So it's easy for me to measure that, okay, I spent $20 and then I'm getting $40 in revenue back. So that means I made a profit of $20. So while on the other side, if I come on TV, there's a very high chance I will have high visibility, but I may not get my revenue. At that point. So there are primarily four objectives that business owners go for. Either they want to make more money, or they want to reduce their costs, they want to increase their market share, or they want to make, they want to strengthen their brand in the markets. So it's one of those four primarily. So if you go for any of those four, most likely TV will generate more visibility for you than to drive revenue or reduce your costs.
So, but now you're saying visibility versus actually making money.
Yeah.
So, you know, cash is king. That's what they say.
Actually.
Cash is king.
Yeah.
The money must come in
Yeah.
in order to keep going. But then we do know of the fact that not everyone is online. Not everyone is on the internet.
Obviously.
Can you give us some statistics on how many people are actually online right now versus people who are still...
If I'll use the Nigerian data that we've been able to, maybe something we have earlier this year, we have about 43 million Nigerians who are actively online.
43
million Nigerians.
Out of how many?
Out of about 200 million as we have it. And NCC at some point, maybe during the last elections, gave a data that they have about 120 active lines, which they've said they've crossed over board now.
Yes.
But the ones
That's
that
active phone lines.
Yeah, active phone lines.
Yes.
So sometimes you find people who have 2, 3,
lines.
4 phone lines. So we're talking of the people who are active, who are using the social channels, who are using the internet regularly. But there is a docile part of about 20 to 40 million people who are online, but they are not active. Who just come once a while, maybe check emails, and then they disappear for a week or something.
So how are we able to... So I know that with platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, and other social channels, you know, they've actually created business portals for people where you can use to gauge analytics and the like. Yeah. Whenever you have, for instance, a brand new client who doesn't understand what it's about, what is the advice you give them?
Okay, so we give two advice from two perspectives. First, we understand your product. So, for example, if you're selling real estate, your product has a buyer's journey. So your product would take between maybe 2 to 3 months before they make closure, and sometimes it spans up to 6 months. While if you're selling products that are lifestyle products like shirts, trousers, wig ones, and all of that, those decisions can be made in hours. So I want to buy a shirt, I go online, I like the shirt, I make purchase. If I want to buy a property, I look at the place, I like it, I bring in my spouse, I bring in my uncles, my friend, all the real estate people I know, verify this thing for me. That's the buyer's journey. It takes some time. So those are the first primary conversation I have with any client. So are you willing to go this long haul? And then there are things that they call the advert waste. So somebody will tell you, I've spent 200 million or 100 million or 10 million or 1 million on advertising, and I've not been able to close the number of deals as promised by other people. I don't promise you closure of deals. I promise you that I will generate leads. And those are the people that are now left for you to close the leads.
So now the challenge is some people don't actually close the leads.
Exactly.
So digital marketing isn't going to equate to sales unless you follow up.
Exactly. So there is a number of sequences you're supposed to follow. So for purchase to be made, most times people get to see your advert at least 21 times.
Okay.
So
at least 21 times. You know what? There's so much more to talk about on this, but I appreciate the fact that you've given us a lot of questions to ask. Please, if you have questions about this, digital marketing versus TV, you should hit us up via social media. Use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC.